Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my 5-minute work look that I do every morning. Might take 10 minutes, but usually it's about 5. So the first product that I use is the Laura Mercier primer with SPF 30. One thing I learned from living in Florida is that wrinkles really start to hit you by the age of 30, so I make sure to put on SPF every single day. Also make sure to get your neck. For women tend to forget about that, but when you get to be 50, you'll probably be very self-conscious about it. So put the primer on there as well. Okay, so then what I do next is I do my eyes. So I actually don't use an eyeliner. I have a very cheap makeup brush that I got at TJ Maxx, and I use Makeup Forever. I've probably had this trio for 3 years, 5 years, actually probably 6 by now. And you can see I still have black, and the brown that I'm gonna use as well is still in there. So this lasts forever. I put it on below and above as well. I'm pretty bad at being careful and creating fine lines. That's why I actually like eyeshadow, is I think it's more forgiving than an eyeliner. Okay, good enough. Then what I'm going to do is use a slightly bigger brush and dip it in the light brown from Makeup Forever. I don't think it really matters what color you use. For a professional look, definitely stick with matte. And I just like light brown because it's a neutral. As you can see, I kind of blend it in with the black. Okay, that looks pretty good. So then what I'm gonna do is, by now, I think the primer is pretty set in. Don't worry, I look really tired, I'm gonna fix that. So next what I'm gonna do is put on my foundation. I use the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. It also has SPF 20. And I use 1C1 Cameo. What I really like about this moisturizer is it kind of covers up everything, but is also relatively sheer. As you can see, well, I'll finish one side. It is a little bit less red on one side, but it's very natural looking. When you use those really thick foundations, I feel like they just look fake. And I feel like if you're not super careful about putting them on, it just looks horrible. So I like this because it's pretty foolproof. Makes my skin all the same color. Gets rid of some of the redness, but it also definitely still looks like me underneath. I know a lot of women swear by beauty blenders or foundation brushes. I've tried using them. I just thought they were too much work. I'm pretty lazy, so that's good enough for me. Then what I'm going to do is add just a little bit of sparkle. This is the Sephora in Shimmer. It is called Shimmer. That's its color. I don't love it, to be honest. It kind of fell on the floor and broke apart. If I were you, I would actually highly recommend the Makeup Forever. It's more expensive, but it actually lasts forever, true to its name. I like using a lighter color here because it brightens my eyes. I have very deep set eyes, so going too dark will sink everything in. Okay, Then what I'm going to do is use the Naked Skin by Urban Decay concealer in pink. And I'm going to put this under my eyes, in the corners, so that also brightens everything and brings it out. And also just under my brow up here. I love this concealer. You're actually supposed to use it as like a primer underneath another concealer, which I sometimes do. I sometimes use this, and then I use Nars on top of it. But honestly, most days I only use this, and it gets the job done, and it doesn't crinkle or anything like that. So most of the time I just use this and I'm set. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is do my eyebrows. Again, I use Laura Mercier. This one is Fair Blonde. Very, very careful. I'm only going to put it here at the top where I have some sparse hairs, and here to exaggerate the arch. My brows are pretty thick, so I don't need to do a lot. I'm gonna brush up first and then out. Tip for you women out there, I would highly recommend, if you can, shape your own eyebrows. Don't go somewhere where they'll overpluck them. Studies show that thick eyebrows are actually a sign of youth. So you want thick eyebrows to look young. If you think about it, older women have really, really thin eyebrows. And when you see teenage girls in magazines, they all have thick, bushy eyebrows. You want to look young. Then what I'm going to do is use my blush. I use the Nars blush in Orgasm. It's amazing. Like, every girl, if you have skin anywhere close to my skin color, should own it. It lasts a really long time too. I'm just gonna put it here and here. If you really wanna go for more, rub it in, that's a little bit too pink. If you wanna go more out, a lot of women use bronzer and you go like this. You make like a number 3. That will make your skin your face a little bit more contoured, I guess. But this is my 5-minute tutorial, not my 10-minute tutorial, so I'm not gonna do that. So I did that. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is the eyeshadow. Not eyeshadow, mascara. This is a new discovery. It's by Essence Lash Princess. It's probably the best drugstore mascara you can find. I don't know why women's magazines haven't discovered it yet. I try the best drugstore ones that they mention, and I hate them, they clump. This is available at Ulta, and it's definitely under $10. It's probably like $6. As you can tell, I'm not very good at putting on mascara. I kind of like hold it and blink. Same thing, if you want a really, really good eyelash look, you should curl your eyelashes, but those things scare me. They look like little monsters to me, so I don't use an eyelash curler. Almost done. Last thing I'm going to use is Revlon Color Stay Overtime. I own this in probably 6 different colors. For work, I like Constantly Coral the most. Same thing, I'm not very good at putting this on, but this is more of like a gloss that stays on really, really well versus a lipstick, so I don't have to be very precise. And then I just kind of make sure everything's rubbed in, nothing's striking me as too bad, don't have any mascara up here, and I'm done. 5 minutes.